What's going on, guys? Butch over 672 coming to you guys over here right now. So day 3 of training camp, okay? Pads are coming on. A little bit of a live moment at practice today. And that's really it. We got some good news, got some bad news, and I got some important things to really go over today. So let's get straight to it. Carson Wentz had a really bad day today, okay? He had some pretty good throws. One good 20-yard throw to Dallas Goedert downfield was really nice. Dallas Goedert really pinned the ball nicely. Deshaun Jackson had a catch. Alshon Jeffrey had some contested catches, but, caught a catch. Some guys made plays. Cameron Grugier-Hill got an interception on Carson Wentz today. Sidney Jones intercepted on Alshon Jeffrey today. Sidney Jones deflected a pass heading to Deshaun Jackson today. So Sidney Jones having a fantastic day, looking good, playing on the outside. Vinny Curry got the pads on today and really probably one of the best backup defensive ends that we do have on this team with a lot of experience and a veteran presence. And he gave his veteran presence to rookie Miles Sanders, clotheslining him in the backfield, tackling him for a loss, giving Miles Sanders his welcome to the NFL moment today. And, I told you, I keep forgetting Vinny Curry is on this team. And I just think he just plays well at the Eagles, and that's really it. I just think he just plays well at this team. It just seems like if he goes somewhere else, like he went to Tampa, not really going to do much else anywhere else, but he's very good with the guys that we have here. He's known the guys here for a while, and, I'm excited for Vinny Curry in the future of this team, in the coming season, 2019. Miles Sanders was put into the passing game today. He dropped a few balls today, okay? He dropped a few, which he really didn't drop too many in college, but he really didn't have a good day trying to catch out of the backfield, going out for passes. So I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. The guy is 100%. The guy is 100% healthy. Miles Sanders says he's 100% healthy. He feels excellent, fine. It's just he's got to get back to the groove, man. It's like getting back. It's like being on vacation for a long time and coming back to work, and you just don't feel right being back at work until you need those few days. You need that week to get back and get things moving. So your body gets used to it. Muscle memory. When you don't do something for a long time and then you start doing it again, your muscle memory is out of whack and you start dropping balls and you start doing things you don't normally do. So, Miles Sanders, very excited about him in preseason this year. The best of all the running backs that had a great day today was Wendell Smallwood. Okay, he's got a little bit above average speed. He plays physical. He is playing like he doesn't want to lose his roster spot. And he's playing very well in training camp so far from the third day. Playing very well, okay? Wendell Smallwood is one of those guys where he's going to be productive for you. As much as people don't like him, and I don't know why, he's going to be productive for you. And I'm a big Wendell Smallwood fan. And you know what? I give the guy credit for playing as hard as he can. He's going to take advantage of some guys that, are kind of injured. Some guys are out. And he's going to come right in, and he's going to, step on everybody's throat that tries to get into his way of getting a roster spot. So, let's just see what happens with all that. So the big news from Trayvon Leblanc from being out the past couple days. Jim Schwartz saying it was a minor injury. Well, Trayvon Leblanc sprained his foot. He sprained his foot. He's going to be out several weeks. He's aiming to be back by week 1 of the regular season. Okay, so the good thing is this happened early. It didn't happen 4th week of preseason or earlier, okay? This happened very early, 3rd day of training camp. So he will be back. So when he comes back by the first game, not going to be 100%. Jim Schwartz will probably ease him into the defense, get him back till he's 100%. Alex Brown was brought in yesterday, cleared off waivers from the 49ers. The Eagles picked him up. That's why they picked up another corner, because we have so many guys out. Ronald Darby's only doing individual work. Jalen Mills is out right now. Now Trayvon Leblanc is out. Thank God we have Avonte Max. Thank God we have all these other corners that we do have. Okay, now the Eagles apparently are going to be bringing in Orlando Scandrick, the ex-Cowboy. Okay, I don't know if he's, 32, 33 years old. I don't even know how old Orlando is. I didn't even know he was still playing in the NFL, honestly. But I think he played for the Kansas City Chiefs a couple of years back. He went to 2 other teams after the Cowboys. Played from 2008 to 2017 with the Cowboys. I'm not a big Orlando Scandrick fan. I don't know if he's one of those Corey Graham players you just plug in and he kind of works out. I know Orlando Scandrick has visited a few teams. He's visited the Vikings. I forgot he's visited 1 or 2 other teams, but he worked out for the Eagles today. And I don't know really. Orlando Scandrick I'm not a big fan of. I think he's really washed up, honestly. I just don't think maybe he's going to play better with a better defense. Maybe he'll actually fit in and plug in. Maybe he's just a plug-in guy, but you can't plug in as an outside corner. I don't know what position he's going to play. He's too slow for outside corner. I just don't know. Maybe he'll surprise me. I have no idea. But Orlando Scandrick coming to the Eagles, he's working out today. I don't know what the case is with him. I don't know what else. I know they don't want to make trades and kind of give up draft picks. I understand all that because, you know what, I don't want to go through trying to find a corner. Like this, the last thing I want is the Eagles trying to find a cornerback. But the Eagles need to bring in bodies because we have camp. We have camp right now, and we have preseason games coming. We need to find out who's going to be our starting three, between the nickel, the slot, whatever, and the two outside guys. So I'm a big what if on the Orlando Scandrick. I don't know. I think he's washed up. I think he has nothing left. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I'm not really a big fan of bringing Orlando Scandrick. But hey, if we need bodies, we need bodies. If he plays well, you know what? I was a big disbeliever in Patrick Robinson when he came here in 2017. I wasn't really big on him either because they started him on the outside in camp and he was horrible. And then once Jordan Matthews was traded to the Bills to get Ronald Darby, then he played really well. He got pretty much put into the slot, put into the nickel position, and that was it. The story ends right there, and it was great. It was a happy ending. So Trayvon Hester, defensive tackle that's in a rotation, trying to make a roster for the Philadelphia Eagles, in the competition with Hassan Ridgeway from the Colts and Bruce Hector, okay? Trayvon Hester went to school with Aaron Donald. He went to high school with Aaron Donald and actually, talked about today how he trained with Aaron Donald in the spring. And it was nice because it really got him ready for training camp. It got him ready, working with Aaron Donald, but the best defensive tackle in the league, probably the same as Fletcher Cox, but, just trained with him and, really got a glimpse of, how to get in shape, teaching him things, teaching him, just going through everything at the position. And, I'm glad that Trayvon Hester is not taking this lightly. I'm glad that he's really getting into it and he really wants to make a roster spot. So I'm very happy with that. Didn't really do too much last year. He had like a half sack plus that blocked kick in the wild card game against the Bears. But other than that, guys, I'm very happy with him. And, I can't wait to see the more competition with defensive tackle position. So we'll see about that. So Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas start on the outside. Avonte Maddox was put in the slot today, in the nickel today. And Rasul Douglas is doing absolutely good. A very good camp for Rasul Douglas. Okay, Sidney Jones is just making plays now. This is good. I'm happy about that. I'm so glad that Sidney Jones is making more plays. Rasul Douglas is a fighter. The guy is, not the fastest guy in the world, but if you put him in the red zone defense, the guy has the long arms, the big body. He's a big corner. Not chasing after receivers is not really his thing, but hey, the guy can make plays and put his arms out and make some plays. So, unfortunately, with some of these injuries we do have, I just need some guys to step up. It looks like Sidney Jones is stepping up. It looks like Rasul Douglas has stepped up tremendously. And, Avonte Maddox, thank God he's become a gem. Hopefully he could play inside and play outside corner, and it's just absolutely amazing. And Jim Schwartz is working everybody at different positions, inside, outside, you name it, everybody's working it. So, very happy with this cornerback group going forward, and, we wish luck to Trayvon Leblanc with his injury and everything else like that. So for a good start for the third day training camp, how these corners are playing right now and how they can play multiple positions is very nice. Now, Josh Sweat is the talk of camp. I'm telling you, he added 22 pounds to his weight this offseason. 22 pounds. That's crazy. That's commitment right there, okay? And, was interviewed yesterday, but, even Chris Long on Twitter was saying good things, saying that if he stays healthy and he stays in his mind in training camp and really goes forward what he's doing, God could be an excellent player, okay? Even Josh Sweat thinks, he's got a lot less to learn now because he's been in the system, had a lot of mental reps. And on top of everything else, he's more explosive. He's a lot quicker. He's a lot faster. And you know what? I just want to see him play now. The more time he gets, the better it is. If this fourth-round pick from Florida State, Josh Sweat, could work out for us, man, with Derek Barnett, the future is going to look very bright. So I want to go over Mike Groh. Mike Groh had his press conference today. I gave Mike Groh a pass last year, okay? Mike Groh used to be the wide receiver coach in 2017, then switched to offensive coordinator. Now, after Frank Reich left, went to the Colts as the head coach. I gave Mike Groh a pass last year because you know what? really wasn't a lot of his fault. The game planning was really bad, and it was game planning, but it was personnel, it was injuries, it was Carson Wentz not ready to play. It was a lot of things that went into it. So I gave Mike Groh a pass last year, but this year you have the best offense in the whole entire. Honestly, one of the most I'd say probably the most explosive offense with the depth behind it in the league. Honestly. And he's got no excuse. Talked about today how he's going to be using a lot of 12 personnel sets. The 2 tight end sets. That's where they're going to make defenses. Try to defend all these guys with Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz, and you have Alshon Jeffrey on one side, Deshaun Jackson. God forbid, you don't even know what running back's going to be behind. You have Jordan Howard, Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood. You don't know who you're going to have in the backfield. I mean, you really don't at this point. But the weapons on this field are ridiculous, and defenses are not going to know what to do. And Mike Groh he's got nothing but ceiling. He's got nothing but to go far and beyond to make this offense the best offense in the whole entire NFL this year and try to make it to a damn Super Bowl. So I give Mike Groh a pass last year, but this year I am going to be on his ass this year. Now, Andrew Sendejo, the safety that we did pick up in free agency, which was a great pickup, he has been starting this whole camp next to Malcolm Jenkins, okay? Rodney McLeod is he's still doing individual work. He has been working with the team, but Andrew Sendejo has been getting a lot of reps next to Malcolm Jenkins, okay? He came down, I think, what was his first day, or I think it was the last day of mini camp. I think he had an interception, but I think today, Josh Adams got the ball, ran to the left side, and Sendejo came down and gave him a nice little pop. For a little bit of a loss today. So, Andrew Sendejo, another veteran presence, another guy that's a hard hitter. He's a hard worker. And we have a lot of depth at safety. You have Blake Countess that don't really know if he has an injury or not. And then you have, Trey Sullivan. I forgot what the other guy's name is. I mentioned his name yesterday, but I forgot. But a lot of depth at safety. A lot of guys that have been in the system. And Blake Countess is a new guy, of course. But, hey, everyone's got to learn, and Blake Countess was drafted on the Eagles, in 2016, so it is what it is. But other than that, guys, that's really it. That's really all I have to say today. So cornerback is the big question, and this competition is going to be really nice. Now, adding Alex Brown to the mix. Now, you're trying to bring in some corners now, work out some corners. Now, I think Orlando Scandrick might want to sign here. I don't know. He went to the Vikings. He's working out with us. Maybe Orlando Scandrick wants to play for a contender, I would think, at this point of his career. So I would think he'd want to go to the Eagles, saying they have a huge chance and get a chance to face his former team. So most likely, if they sign him, it'll be a one-year deal. And I don't even know if he'll make the roster. You never really know at this point. So I really even want to get too excited about it. But other than that, guys, that's really it. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're new, I'm going over training camp. The Eagles are off tomorrow, so there's going to be an off day tomorrow. And Monday, we will start all over again, continuing with training camp. And that's really it, guys. So I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly, fly.